Well, hello again, everybody. Welcome to the Kingdome in Seattle, Washington. Oh, I forgot to turn off Book Shambi. Hang on a minute. That does happen from time to time, I'll admit.
This one trailed, right?
Yeah, I forgot to turn off Book Shambi. Okay, here we are. Kingdome, Seattle, Washington. It is the Seattle Mariners as they once again take on the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 2 of this three-game series. The last time out, Spencer Strider and the Mariners had a no-hitter against the Blue Jays and did win that game on a walk-off at the hands of Brent Rooker. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in tonight's game. Should be a fun one, this. Not to mention, coming up later, we do also have Game 2 of Padres and Braves. On the mound for the Mariners will be Blake Snell. Blake Snell did pitch in that Game 2 loss against the Boston Red Sox of that previous series. I do believe, actually, neither of which. Yeah, Snell did not had a no decision in that game. First up is going to be Bobby Witt Jr. Should be a fun one, this. I mean, again, the Blue Jays were no hit, unfortunately, in the previous game. As that one is smacked. That is going to trail foul, though. Bobby Witt 0 for 2 in the previous game. That was going to be foul behind. So the 1 and 2 to Bobby Witt Jr. Let's see what happens here. That one is going to get through for a base hit, and the first base hit of the season, actually for Toronto. As Bobby Witt gets that one through the gap. And a leadoff single. You can tell Blake Snell was looking to eventually get back into the zone there. Bryson Stott, next batter due up here for the Blue Jays. Stott as well went 0 for 2 in the previous game. Runner on first. Nobody out as Blake Snell's first pitch of the game does end up with a single. As that one, a very low slider, swung on and missed. 0 and 2. Oh, 2 from Snell. That one outside slurve, and Bryson Stott goes down swinging. And that'll be the first out. Batting next, however, will be the first baseman, Vlad Guerrero Jr. And if ever a man to get the Blue Jays on the board here early, it's got to be this guy. Witt taking off for second, steals on the breaking ball, and he is down in plenty of time, and Bobby Witt will get his first stolen base of the campaign. Second stolen base of the season for the Blue Jays after Mike Trout had actually stole second.
Nope, I'll do.
And the fastball outside.
Nope, that's off.
Another one outside. 3-0 count now to Guerrero with Trout on deck. And you kind of want to avoid runners in scoring position with Mike Trout at the dish as much as you possibly can. Unfortunately for the Mariners, I think that is just not going to happen here. Fastball, albeit low, is called for strike one. Bit low for my liking, that one. That one is thundered through the infield. That could score Witt from second. The throw, will it be in time? No, it will not. And Vladimir Guerrero, his first hit of the season is an RBI single as Bobby Witt comes in to score. And 1-0 Blue Jays to begin the proceedings. And Contreras just, barely not in time. It was actually a good throw from the right fielder, Michael Harris. I was just a little surprised.
That's the ball.
That Contreras couldn't really swing around in time to be able to tag with it at the plate. Blue Jays take the lead in this one, 1-0. Mike Trout stepping up. He went 0 for 1 in the previous game. Did have a walk to his credit, as well as the stolen base. Check swing, kind of a middle fastball there. It's unlike Trout. 1-1 the count now. That one fouled kind of off the handle of the bat there. And the 1-2. Low changeup, and Mike Trout goes down swinging. And that'll be the second out, but it's now over to Francisco Lindor. A little surprised that this Toronto side, despite the amount of power and actual batting prowess that they do have, got no hit in their last game. I thought that was definitely not what I expected. Spencer Strider, one of the best pitchers in the game, let's not forget that, but still, going up against Bobby Witt, Vlad Guerrero, Mike Trout, Francisco Lindor, as well as Kyle Raleigh and Brandon Nimmo as well, to not register a hit with any of those players in Game 1 is actually definitely a surprise to me. The 1-1's going to be a high slurve.
2-1.
20th offering of the game from Snell. That one is crushed out to right. Lindor ditches the bat. That one is gone. And the Blue Jays take an early 3-run advantage. What a massive inning here for the Toronto Blue Jays. I mean, seriously. That's the first home run of the season for Canada's baseball team, and it scores Guerrero. And now with Teoscar Hernandez stepping up to the dish, it's a 3-0 ball game here in the top of the first. 374 feet out to right, albeit it's quite a tall right field wall here at the Kingdome. But no matter there. 3-0 Blue Jays, 2 outs top of the first. 21st offering of the game from Snell is a middle fastball. Does go for strike one. Teoscar Hernandez 0 for 2 in the previous fixture. And the slurve fouled away. And that one's hit pretty well, tracking towards the wall. It will bounce. That could even be extra bases for Teoscar Hernandez. And suddenly, it appears as if Blake Snell's day could be over relatively even before it's even started, as he is allowed 4 hits already here in just the top of the first. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Seiya Suzuki, the next batter. And that one, I think, is going to mercifully pop up in the air out to right center. And that does retire the side. But not before Francisco Lindor sends a 2-run shot over the wall out in right. And this gives a 3-0 ball game after half an inning. But on the mound for the Blue Jays will be Logan Webb. Kind of went back and forth with Kevin Gausman last season on who kind of, I would say, considered the better pitcher from the side. I think pitching last season was kind of one of the down points of the Blue Jays, roster. I think sometimes they just couldn't quite find some consistency on the mound. Maybe now can they? Jose Altuve is going to lead things off here for the Mariners. He's batting .330 so far this season, 3 for 9 with an RBI to his credit as well. This will be his 10th plate appearance of the season. First offering is a sweeper.
No ball. 1 strike.
Kind of finds the middle of the zone there for strike one. Altuve had no intentions of swinging at that. And a sweeper outside. Swung at that one, foul behind. I'd expect Webb to kind of throw maybe a low and inside fastball here, get Altuve to panic and try to get him to swing at something kind of gross here. Let's see what happens. And no, it's going to be another outside sweeper. So Webb is kind of looking content with the possibility of getting these guys to chase outside pitches. Well, with that good of a pitch, it's definitely possible. 1-2 to Altuve. Well, there's the inside changeup. One and two. And inside. And it was a matter of time before Webb was going to start throwing the fastball there. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws maybe another one here to try to continue throwing Altuve off his rhythm. 2-2 from Webb. That one is smacked out in the air towards the wall out in left. Suzuki back for it. And yes, at the warning track, the catch is made. So unfortunately for Jose Altuve, that was a good rip of the ball. Couldn't quite get it over the fence. Here's the rest of the order for the Seattle Mariners. Batting next will be Michael Harris II. Designated hitter Brent Rooker had the walk-off in Game 1. Jarren Duran batting 4th. William Contreras batting 5th, 2 for 7 on the season. Max Muncy will be 6th, batting 7th. Carlos Santana batting 8th. Byron Buxton, he's 0 for 7 to begin this campaign. Then batting 9th will be that of Corey Seager. But it is Michael Harris stepping up here. A low sinker, 0-2 already.
0-2.
Yeah, another low sinker. He's kind of chased on there.
1-2.
1-2 now the count. Low and away changeup.
2-2.
Count stays 2-2. If I stays, oh, and an off the plate changeup, and that will strike out Michael Harris. That'll move him to 1 for 9 on the season. That'll bring down the batting average. Next up is Brent Rooker, however, 3 for 6 to begin the season. Of course, had the walk-off in Game 1. Walk-off homer out to right was fantastic. See what he can do here. Offering number 2, low middle sinker for strike 1, as Rooker doesn't seem intent on swinging at that one. Game of the ground foul. You already see a couple of pitchers warming up in the bullpen for Seattle after the horrendous start to this game that Blake Snell had. Yeah, I don't blame him. Kind of an outside sweeper, that one foul. He's looking to hit Brent Rooker. And swung on and missed for strike 3. Brent Rooker goes down swinging. And that puts an early end to the side for Seattle. 3-0 Toronto after 1.
Leading off with the catcher, Cal Raleigh.
So the catcher, Cal Raleigh, step into the plate now. It appears Blake Snell has actually remained on here. I don't hate that move, actually. You know, he had a terrible first inning. That is true. But for what it's worth, this is a 5-inning game. Anything can happen. Let's change up outside.
1 ball, no strike.
Cal Raleigh goes 0 for 1 so far this season. Fastball low. That one's actually been called a strike. Yeah, if anyone's going to know what a strike looks like, it's got to be Cal Raleigh, right? And he did not like to call that one. The 1-1. Ooh, early on the slurve. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Inside slider. Foul. Yeah, and the 1-2. Well, that's an outside changeup. 2-2 now. I'm worrying for Blake Snell here. It's not looking like it's been such a good start to this game for him. I think it's difficult, right? Because he is a great pitcher in his own right. It's just not his day today, I don't think. Unless he can find a way to turn it around. It's full count now to Raleigh. With the center fielder Brandon Nimmo on deck. Brandon Nimmo was the the Silver Slugger designated hitter last season.
Ball 4.
And the outside fastball. That makes it ball 4. Cal Raleigh remains 0 for 1 on the season. First walk of the game allowed for Snell. That puts a runner on first, nobody out here. 33rd offering of the game from Snell. Here's Brandon Nimmo. That one smacked hard, but into the visitors' bullpen. The 0-1. Fastball. Outside, fouled away, 0-2. Fastball on the bottom edge, goes for strike 3. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Third strikeout, actually, of the game here for Blake Snell. Nimmo wasn't too happy about that. I think that's it's borderline. Still think you can get away with that kind of call there. Now over to the top of the order, Bobby Witt Jr. stepping in. 1 for 1 in today's game.
Ball one.
Low change up for ball 1. Bobby Witt, one of those players that kind of struggled at the dish last season for Toronto. See if he kind of shakes those cobwebs here. Larry Bullard, the home plate umpire. You know what's funny? We had Boog Shambi and Chris Singleton on the mic for the game of the week between the Padres and the Atlanta Braves just the other day. And I think actually what's kind of funny about that is that I believe these are made-up umpires that the game gives us, but they do have a couple of tidbits and pieces on the umpires and how they call the zone. I remember Chris Singleton saying one of the most consistent umpires in the league. Well, I have yet to be convinced of that. That's quite all right. It's going to be 2-2 here to Bobby Witt. Runner still on first with 1 out. 40th offering of the game already for Blake Snell. And it's an outside slurve. Count moves to full. Bryson Stott on deck. Stott still looking for his first hit of the season. Strikeout earlier on. That one is smacked pretty hard, tracking towards the wall out and left. Jaron Duran does make the grab at the warning track. And so that will be the second out. Although again, Blake Snell very close to allowing a home run there, just a few feet short of the wall. Bryson Stott stepping up now. Runner still on first. And the outside fastball. Swung on and missed on the changeup. And the count moves to 1-1 for Stott.
2 balls,
outside.
1 strike.
Two and 1. That one foul. That one's going to be in the dirt. That one gets past Contreras. I do not believe that is going to go as a stolen base. It's got to be a pass ball there. So Witt will make his way to first. Or sorry, to second, rather. I think this is Witt up here. No, it isn't. This is Nimmo, I think. That one's foul anyway. Who's on second right now? Can we have a look? It is Cal Raleigh, sorry. Cal Raleigh on second. That does not go as a stolen base for Raleigh. I believe that we're going to chalk that up as a wild pitch. 3-2 to Stott, and that's going to be ball 4 on the outside edge. Larry Bullard not convinced that ought to go down as a strike. And that puts runners on first and second for the Blue Jays. Vlad Guerrero, 1 for 1 today with an RBI single. Runner in scoring position and on first with 2 outs. That graphic would have been helpful about a minute ago. That's all right. Snell about getting ready to throw his 50th offering of the game here. It's only the second inning. Not ideal. And kind of poor contact there from Guerrero. But the count is, that's kept alive anyway. Oh, and 2 inside fastball. Guerrero swings and misses that one. That was a wild pitch to swing at. Toronto have a couple of opportunities to increase the lead, but instead strand 2 base runners. And this one remains 3-0 after an inning and a half. So Jaron Duran stepping in now. Duran batting .200 on the season so far, 1 for 5. Hit on the ground softly to the right side, gloved and thrown to first. Oh, he almost beat it. That does go down as an out. Just for giggles here, let's see how close that play was. That was definitely close there. It was a good play from, I believe it was Stott. Yes, it was. Good play from Stott. be able to make that grab. That one was very softly dribbled out to the left side, and Duran does have a bit of speed to him. Oh, he does have him by quite a bit there. It looked much closer from my angle. Well, that makes Duran 1 for 6 on the season. William Contreras up now. He's batting .285. So it is possible. Another low one called strike there from Larry Bullard. I would say, if anything, he's been very much favoring that bottom edge of the zone. He's not afraid to call one of these low ones a strike. The bat will shatter. That does go foul. No play made from the ball boy, unfortunately. And high and away sweeper. Contreras does have a double to his name this season. The 1-2. Oh, that one's in the dirt, but Contreras is going to swing. Thrown down to first.
Batting sixth, the third baseman, Max Muncy.
Max Muncy stepping up now. Muncy 1 for 6 to start the season. Bottom of the order here for Seattle's definitely been the rough part. Batters 6 through 9 actually have yet to record a hit on the season. Matter of fact, the pinch hitter in Dominic Solano has a better batting average. Actually has a hit registered to his name this season. Bottom 4 in the order here for Seattle still have yet to record a hit this season. Actually, that's not true. Max Muncy does have 1. I apologize. 0-2. Well, he's not going to get one here either. So once again, Seattle failed to get anything going here. Heading into the middle inning, it might be a no-hitter watch here from Logan Webb.
Now pitching for the Mariners.
And it's going to be Chad Green on the mound for the Mariners. Blake Snell's day is done.
Chad.
Not an inning too soon either. However, interesting choice to put on a relief pitcher that we don't know anything about when Mike Trout steps into the box. Trout, albeit 0 for 2 on the season, does have a stolen base to his name. He's 0 for 1 today. Check swing, but Larry Bullard's going to call that one a strike. As we were saying, kind of favors the low ball there. At least he's consistent, right? That's got to be the name of the game. 0-1 to Trout. High fastball that time. Gets him to chase. And 0-2. Low slider, swung on. And I think that was a pitch that Trout didn't want to swing on, but knowing how the umpire's been calling those bottom of the zone, outside bottom pitches, strikes, I think that's one you got to swing at. Well, the outside slider does sit down Mike Trout. That'll put him 0 for 2 today. First strikeout of the game for Chad Green. Francisco Lindor stepping up now. He had the home run in the first inning, which increased the lead by 2 after the RBI from Vlad Guerrero. Cutter on the inside edge, goes for strike 1. Oh, inside, but Larry Bullard's going to ring up Lindor. That actually hit Lindor. That is going to go down to strike 2. And the low slider. Apparently Snyder and Thornton in the bullpen here for the Mariners. Of course, we're looking at the wrong one. Looking at the Toronto bullpen, expecting to see Mariners players in there. It's just not true. 1-2 to Lindor. That one hit pretty well, tracking out towards the wall. Harris is actually in a good position to be able to scoop that one to prevent Lindor from getting an extra base. So a good single there from Lindor. That'll put him 2 for 2 on the day. Teoscar Hernandez stepping up now. He actually had a double following the home run by Lindor in the first inning. Checks over to first to throw high from Green, so Lindor's back in time. outside. Oh, swung on and missed outside fastball. Good pitch from Green. Count 1-2. In the dirt, strike 3 swinging. And Teoscar Hernandez goes down. So that'll be the second out. Lindor did not take off for second despite the wild pitch there. Seiya Suzuki stepping up now. 0 for 1 today, 0 for 3 to start the season. Runner on first, 2 outs, top of the third.
No, that's a ball.
Slider, I guess, too high there, according to Bullard. So despite the fantastic first inning there from Toronto, they haven't really got much going in the second and third inning. Snell actually had a much better second inning than he did first, naturally. Despite, I believe, allowing a double as well. Cutter on the bottom edge, 2-1. Suzuki was a good role player for Chicago last season. Didn't have too many memorable moments, I would say, but he's serviceable defenseman.
Ball 3.
And that's exactly what helped Chicago along. They really played flawlessly defensively. At the plate, they were kind of middle of the road, but team won the World Series. 3-1 to Suzuki, and that one's going to be outside. And next up's going to be Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh, believe it or not, this does, I believe, go down as his 4th plate appearance of the season so far, but he is still registered at 0-1, considering he also has a walk today, and he walked once in Game 1. That one smacked off the bat of Raleigh, but unfortunately goes foul. Raleigh looking for his first hit of the season. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Chad Green's got to be careful not to hang one here. And that's exactly what you want to avoid. That one going back for the wall. That one will bounce over the head of Duran. That could be extra bases. A run will score for Raleigh, potentially 2. The relay, not in time. Cal Raleigh has his first hit of the season, and it's a 2 RBI double. As I said, Green's got to be careful not to hang one, and what did he do? He hung one. And Raleigh took advantage, and the Blue Jays have a 5-0 lead. That'll be the end of the day for Chad Green, who, for what it's worth, at the beginning of his stint here, actually looked quite all right. Trent Thornton will be the next relief pitcher. Brandon Nimmo, the batter. Cal Raleigh standing on second. 2 outs, 5-0 game here for the Blue Jays, which is incredible. Again, despite being no-hit by Spencer Strider in Game 1, this team has absolutely come alive here. Sinker on the outside edge, 0-2. That one foul. Kind of an outside sweeper there. Nimmo decided to go after that one. Lucky that one didn't get down for a base hit. 0-2 the count to Nimmo. That one is kind of blooped over into left. That one will be caught by Duran, but again, a 2-run third inning at the hands of Cal Raleigh with his 2 RBI double into the bottom of the third. The Mariners, by the way, still have yet to even record a hit this game. I want to say maybe even a base runner. Stepping up will be Carlos Santana. I do want to check that really quick because I'm not entirely sure. And no, to this point it has been a perfect game for Logan Webb. Carlos Santana stepping up now. Santana only 0 for 1 on the season. Usually he'll go like, 1 at bat in a game, maybe 2. Again, the Mariners have yet to really put a lot of runs on the board this season. They've only scored 3 runs in the 2 games that they have played to this point. Santana only registering 1 at-bat so far. This will be his second if it goes in some sort of statistical category aside from a walk. 2-1 the count. Webb only throwing his 29th pitch of the game. Could you believe that? As Seattle's already been through, this is now their 3rd pitcher. 2-2 the count. Sinker on the outside edge, kind of went after and foul. See if Carlos Santana can get his first hit of the season. And the answer, grounder to Stott at second, thrown to first, and that goes as the first out. So now it gets difficult again for Seattle because Byron Buxton stepping up to the plate. Byron Buxton 0 for 7 to begin this campaign. It's not been very good at all for him. And you'd have to think that if Buxton fails to record a hit in this game, Seattle could be looking to make a substitution for that center fielder spot. Because genuinely, he is not safe here. Not a lot of batters in the league today face this same scenario that Byron Buxton does. Oh, and 2. Well, it's a low and inside sinker.
1 and 2.
I think even Buxton getting on base here would be good enough to help the Mariners here. It's an inside changeup. Swung on, fouled behind. 1 and 2 still the count. Inside changeup, 2 and 2. Again, Seattle yet to even register their first base runner of the game. And that one foul behind as well. Buxton 0 for 7 to begin this season. 2 and 2. Bottom of the zone. I'm a little surprised Bullard did not call that a strike. Historically, in this game, he has called those low of the zone a strike. 3 and 2. Buxton sits on a sinker, middle. And that goes as the second out. Unbelievable stuff here. Corey Seager, the next batter, stepping up. He, in his own right, is 0 for 6 to begin this season.
That's out the corner.
What did he just say? I don't even know. Again, Corey Seager 0 for 6 to begin the season. Bottom of the third, 2 outs. Seattle, again, yet to record even their first base runner this game. That one thundered through, and that will break up the no-hit effort from Logan Webb. Corey Seager, his first hit of the season, could even try to stretch for 2, and he will. Corey Seager begins the campaign 1 for 7 and has himself a double. And I tell you what there, Francisco Lindor was shifted way over to the right, as you can see in this picture here. That realistically probably should have been a routine play. But instead, Seager beats the shift. It's over now to Jose Altuve. Now he's 0 for 1 in today's game. Batting .300 to start the season at 3 for 10. Runner now in scoring position for the Mariners. And it's inside, 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ball.
And the changeup outside.
2-1.
First time pretty much this whole game that Logan Webb has looked vulnerable here. That one a low sinker. Altuve really went after that one. It goes as 2-2. Raleigh behind the dish was actually expecting to have to chase that one in the dirt. And Altuve kind of helped him out there. That one hit pretty well in the air out towards left. Suzuki back at the wall. And he's going to watch this one go. Jose Altuve. A 3-run shot. A 2-run shot out to left. And the Mariners are on the board. This, I believe, does go down as the highest scoring ball game of the season. Well, Maybe there is some life in the Mariners after all. Michael Harris II stepping up now. Base is empty. 5-2 ball game. Logan Webb goes 3 innings without allowing even a base runner, and in this third inning, he's allowed a single and a home run from Jose Altuve. That one, and that one just goes foul. That was looking good there from Harris. Had that gotten down, that was absolutely going to be extra bases for him. Instead, it's 0-2.
Ball. 1 ball. 2
Yimi
strikes.
Garcia and I believe Nick Sandlin, that is, in the bullpen for the Blue Jays. One and 2 to Harris. That one hit well as... Oh, Jesus, that nearly killed. I can't believe it. Yimi Garcia there. 51st offering of the game on the way for Logan Webb. That one hit to the ground left side, gloved on the backhand by Lindor, thrown to first. That does retire the side. But not before Jose Altuve gets himself a 2-run shot out to left to at least get some runs on the board here for the Mariners. It is 5-2 after 3. Trent Thornton will remain on the mound here for the Seattle Mariners. Bobby Witt Jr. stepping up for, I believe, his 3rd appearance of the day. He's 1 for 2. That one hit to the ground, left side, diving play by the shortstop, and the play can't be made. Corey Seager nearly with a great play there. I believe that will be scored as a base hit. Yes, it is. Bryson Stott now. The batter coming up here for the Blue Jays still has yet to record his first hit of the season.
That's a ball.
He's 0 for 1 today, also with a walk. Runner on first, nobody out here in the top of the 4th. The 1-0. That one hit well from Stott. Does it get down? Yes, it does. That one could even score the run from second. No. As a matter of fact, Witt does not advance past second. Stott does get his first rip of the season here. There's actually quick work there by the left fielder, Jarren Duran, to actually prevent that run from reaching third. Runners now in scoring position. First and second here for Vlad Guerrero Jr. He's got a single with an RBI on today's game. He's got the opportunity to extend the lead here for the Blue Jays. Nobody out, top of the 4th with 2 runners aboard. That one, I'm not sure that one's hit well enough. Nope, it's going to be a soft fly out to left. Duran with the grab. Preemptively thrown to third. And that does prevent Witt from advancing. Now over to Mike Trout. Mike Trout, again, looking for his first hit of the season here. He's 0 for 2 in today's game. 2 strikeouts as well. Uncharacteristically for Mike Trout, of course, after him, should he not ground out here, that'll bring up Francisco Lindor. Hit to the ground, left side. That gets through for a base hit, the first of the season for Trout. That one will, I think, at least score 1. Yes, it does. So Trout gets his first hit of the season on an RBI single. Seager not able to make a play on that one. Runners now still on first and second, 1 out. Francisco Lindor at the dish. 2 RBI in this game already. Not to mention, he is 2 for 2 as well. The home run and the single. His first 2 hits of the season. Here's the 0-1. Check swing on the low curveball. 1-1 the count. Outside. I actually kind of like how Thornton is approaching this one here. As long as he doesn't hang one for Lindor. Even if he walks him here, that brings up Teoscar Hernandez.
That's the ball.
I think that's kind of the goal. I think you'd rather bring up Teoscar here. rather than giving Lindor something to hit. I don't hate this this at bat here from Thornton. I think if bases weren't going to be loaded after the walk, I think it may have been actually a little bit better. It does give Lindor something to hit there, and he'll foul it to the right side. Count moves to 3-2. Hit up the middle, gloved by Seager, flips to second, thrown to first. Well, he won't get Lindor at first. Lindor does go as a fielder's choice there. Oh no! Mike Trout has suffered a very serious ankle injury, possibly even a season ender. Wow, okay. Our first injury recorded of the league. Now, despite this message that you do see, that does only put Mike Trout out for one game. Okay, so Mike Trout will have to sit out Game 3 of this series. And I just want to take a look at what happened there, why Trout has actually gone down with the injury. We're going to take a look at him here. Standing on first, ball hit up the middle. And he has slid in feet first. He's gone straight through Altuve there. And it just casually walks off, I guess. As if he was injured in the first place. Well, okay. So Mike Trout leaves the game with, according to the game, a very serious ankle injury, despite him actually being able to walk back to the dugout after being thrown out at second. I don't get it. Mike Trout will have to sit out Game 3 of this series. Lindor reaches on a fielder's choice. Runners at the corners. That one nearly getting. I believe that's Bryson Stott. Just had to leap over that one. Teoscar Hernandez 1 for 2 on today, 1 for 4 on the season. Swung on, missed. That one in the dirt. And the slider on the bottom of the zone. Teoscar Hernandez goes down looking. Big story here, however. Mike Trout reaches first and then exits the game with an injury. Entering now the bottom of the fourth, Brent Rooker stepping up. Currently batting .428 to begin this season. Of course, again, had the walk-off in Game 1. Logan Webb still on the mound here. Fastball on the inside edge, 1-1. Into the ground, left side, gloved and thrown to first. And that'll be the first out.
Now batting, the left fielder,
Jarren Duran stepping up now. That one foul. Hit on the ground, left side. That one's going to get through. Jarren Duran with the knock. That'll make him 2 for 7 to start the season. And now William Contreras stepping up. Runner on first, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Just wondering who the Blue Jays actually made the defensive change. I'm actually quite curious who they have made the change here for Mike Trout. I'm not sure, is he still out in right? I'm just going to go to the previous replay and see who they've put out here. That is going to be Emmanuel Clase. Wait, what? That ain't right. Anyway. Guy called Clase out in right field now.
Runner!
Taking off for second is the base runner Brent Rooker. Contreras actually fouls that one behind. Prevents Rooker from getting second. He was going to make it there, too. That was on a breaking ball, nonetheless.
Ball.
The outside cutter 1 and 2. Foul. One and 2 to Contreras.
Ball.
Outside sweeper 2 and 2.
2-2.
64th offering of the game from Webb coming up.
Nope.
Outside sweeper 3 and 2. Max
Okay.
Muncy getting ready to step up here for Seattle. Full count to Contreras. That one popped into the air out to very shallow right center. And that will be the out as Brandon Nimmo makes the grab.
Now batting, third baseman, Max Muncy.
So Max Muncy now the batter for the Mariners. Runner on first with 2 outs. Max Muncy recorded his first hit of the game today with, I believe, an RBI single. Oh, that's not true. He does have an RBI on the season, though.
Ball 1.
Change up low.
Ball 2.
2-1 now. Webb his 69th offering of the game. Muncy looking for a nice one. Rooker taking off for second. The throw from Raleigh is not in time. Sorry, that's Jaron Duran at first. I apologize. So Jaron Duran steals his second base of the season. And it is 2-2 to Max Muncy. 1 for 7 on the season. Foul that one behind. Runner now in scoring position. That one foul. Well, the sweeper, that one ripped, but it does go foul.
Count's full.
Carlos Santana on deck. That one ripped into the glove of Guerrero at first. What a shot off the bat for Muncy. Unfortunately, however, caught on a line. And that brings up Seiya Suzuki, Kyle Raleigh, and Brandon Nimmo. Colin Snyder is going to be the man on the mound now for the Mariners.
Now pitching for
I'm
the
just
Mariners,
again wondering who did replace Trout in the batting order. Stepping up will be Seiya Suzuki. Sorry, real quick, I do just want to see the box score here, just who they have for the Toronto Blue Jays. It will be Jonathan Clase out in right field. I don't believe he'll have an at-bat here unless something goes horrendously wrong on the defensive end for the Mariners. Suzuki still looking for his first hit of the season. 0 for 3 to begin this campaign. I believe this is almost probably the 5th pitcher of the day here used by the Mariners. First offering is foul. Just break everything. That makes sense. And the low fastball swung on and fouled early. 0-2 to Suzuki. That one foul. That one low. Inside sinker. Seiya Suzuki swinging and missing on that one. And that'll make it... That's a 1-for-1. That ain't right. Surely not. Suzuki's had a hit today? No. He's been walked once and then the strikeout. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway. I must be imagining things. Cal Raleigh stepping up now. He is 1-for-1 in today's game. With an RBI double, I believe it was. Actually, sorry, 2 RBI double. Well, it's outside sweeper 2-0. That one low in the zone. Swung on and fouled. Makes the count 2-1. That one hitting the ground, left side. Gets itself past the first baseman. That could even be extra bases here for Cal Raleigh. And it will be. I believe that's the second double of the day for Cal Raleigh. I mean, this guy's going for it here. And now that brings up Brandon Nimmo. He's 0-for-2 today. Looking for his first hit of the season.
One strike.
Well, it was a good effort there on the dive from Muncy at third. That one just stayed fair. Wonderfully placed hit from Cal Raleigh to get himself to second.
No.
And it'll be 1-1 now to Nimmo as that one goes low. Inside cutter, 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Massive swing there from Nimmo. That one well inside. That one actually nearly getting his leg on the way past. 2-2. High and tight cutter. Nimmo's going to swing. And that is the second out, but it's now back over to Bobby Witt Jr. 2-for-3 on the day, 2 singles, 2 runs, and a stolen base. Cutter 0-1. Oh, big swing in there on the sweeper. 0-2. Outside. 1-2. That one is crushed! Bobby Witt Jr., are you kidding me? This is an 8-2 ball game. Bobby Witt Jr., a 2 RBI home run. Second home run of the day for the Blue Jays. It's officially the most amount of runs scored in a game this season. I think now by far. Challenging even one for most in a game all time. As that'll mark the 10th run scored of the day. Bryson Stott stepping up now. A day after, as Larry Bullard's going to ring up Bryson Stott there, a day after being no hit, give or take a day after, being no-hit by Spencer Strider. It has all collapsed terribly here for Seattle. In the early days of the season, this, as that one's going to even find its way into fair territory there for Stott. That's going to be a double for Bryson Stott as well. In the early days of a season, this, where run differential is going to mean everything. I mean, this is going to significantly hurt Seattle. Team, by the way, was looking like this was going to be one of the favorites heading into this season.
That's a ball.
High and tight fastball, 1-0. Guerrero, 1 for 3 with an RBI single on today. Runner in scoring position. 2 outs, top of the 5th. That just will not end the misery for Seattle. Well, a high cutter. That one's going to go foul. Very lucky that Guerrero's not gotten a hold of that one. That one hit up the middle, and no play's going to be able to be made. Vlad Guerrero is going to have an RBI single after Altuve fails to make the play at second. Wow. Altuve could not find a way to get over in position to be able to make the play happen. It makes it a 9-2 ball game. Who? That's not how you spell Edward, by the way. Edward Bizardo will take the mound now for Seattle. Jonathan Clase. Now, this is the man who replaced Mike Trout in the order after Trout's ankle injury. Sliding into second. This will actually be the first at-bat of the season here for Clase, naturally. That one rocketed into the glove of Muncy. That was some great contact there from Clase. That will mercifully put an end to the inning. Bottom of the 5th on the way. Carlos Santana, Byron Buxton, Corey Seager. 9-2. The score in this one. Eric Swanson will take the mound here for Toronto. What a game that Logan Webb has had today. Carlos Santana 0 for 1 in today's game, 0 for 2 on the season. Buxton 0 for 8. He's due up next. Corey Seager actually, I believe, got maybe his first hit of the season in today's game. Either today's game or the game before. Again, this is what we're talking about. Bottom of the order struggles for Seattle. Splitter low, 2-0 the count. That one hit well, but foul. That one foul. So for the time being, this 11-run scored game, I believe now actually ties the league record for most runs scored in a game. Previously held. And now joining the list is that one's going to strike out Santana. Now joint held by Game 1 of the World Series between the Braves and the White Sox, as the White Sox took that one 9-2. Also held by Game 3 of the ALCS between the Tigers and the White Sox. The White Sox took that one 5-6.
No,
fastball on the outside edge, taken for ball 1. Buxton looking to get his first hit of the season here. Middle fastball. That's one you got to be swinging at. And still nothing. That one hit pretty well in the air out towards left center, but that one's going to be into the glove of Brandon Nimmo, and that's going to be an 0 for 9 start to the season for Byron Buxton. Entering now is Corey Seager. 1 for 1 on the day, does have a double to his name. Let's be fair. Been a good game for him. That one foul. 1 run scored here makes this the highest scoring game in league history.
Nope. Ball 1.
I believe this is also joint record for the most runs put up by a team. Is that, as I said, held by the White Sox of Game 1 of the World Series last season. Also the score of that one, 9-2. That one hit in the air. Back towards the warning track is Suzuki, but that's going to do it. Toronto finding some life here in Game 2, 9-2, the final score. An unbelievable game here for the Blue Jays. Unprecedented, to say the least. 13 hits on the day. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Hello,
welcome.
baseball
Oh, for
fans.
God's sakes, Boog. Damn it. Hang on. I thought having done this in the last game was actually going to solve it. I guess not. Okay. Anyways, welcome to Old Atlanta for Game 2 of the series here between the Padres and the Braves. Game 1 definitely went in the favor of the Padres. That was a fun one to watch. We'll have to wait and see how this one shapes up here. That should not be true. Shohei should not be on the mound. I'm going to exit the game again. Sorry, we're going to have to do this one more time. Now, again, I want to make this clear that we've been having an issue with the game. For whatever reason, this game does not want Zach Wheeler to pitch, so what we're going to do... first of all, I'm going to turn the audio back off because I'm not rocking with...
And people have choked over.
I'm not rocking with that at the moment. So... this is what we're gonna try to do. I'm just gonna try to find a fix here. Atlanta Braves pitching rotation. We're gonna move Shohei into the bullpen. Okay, so that should not allow him to enter the game off of that. Okay, so I'm just gonna once again make sure. See, now it has Spencer Schwellenbach as the DH. I do not know why that is. He shouldn't even be pitching. It should be Zach Wheeler. Could we even potentially put Shohei back at the DH for this? Let's find out. Again, Shohei should not be pitching in this game. Just so we're clear. Once again, Shohei Ohtani in the lineup there. Pitching rotation should be Zach Wheeler. Ohtani's in the bullpen. Okay, fine. Now we're going to try to do it again. What's going to happen this time is hopefully this game actually recognizes that Zach Wheeler wants to pitch a game. If not, I guess he'll have to deal with Spencer Schwellenbach. That's fine, I guess. I really don't. No, that's not what I want to do. Hopefully that doesn't become the problem. Let's just hope and pray. I don't know why it's being so difficult. I understand this is a relatively new game, but it has been out for almost ever now. Old Atlanta. Back to 5. We're in May, 7 p.m. That looks correct. And again, Zach Wheeler's at the DH, and I guarantee you, watch this, it's going to put Ohtani on the mound. I'm showing you what I've done here. Why are we doing this to me? What are we doing here? Hang on, I just want to see if I can potentially... I genuinely have no idea. Okay, hang on. We're gonna try this one more time. We're gonna exit. I genuinely have no idea why it doesn't want Zach Wheeler to pitch this game. Because we had this issue as well. In Game 2 of the previous series, where just for whatever reason. We're gonna, this is what I'm gonna try to do. Okay, you ready? We're gonna edit. That's not what I want to do. We're gonna edit. Okay. For what it's worth, let's just make sure that we have everything correct here. General. No secondary position, not a two-way player. Okay, just so we're clear on that. Fine. We're going to temporarily make sure that Ohtani is not a two-way player. Just so we're clear there. And now we're going to look at him again. General. Secondary position. That should not even be a thing because he's not a two-way player now. Okay, fine. Zach Wheeler again says starting pitcher. Great. Good. Don't need to save because it's only going to be for the one game. Pitching rotation. Has Zach Wheeler. Maybe our problem is, maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe I should make it so Shohei can't pitch. Can I do that? Can I make it so Ohtani can't pitch? I didn't know this is a thing. That's pretty cool. Okay. Edit player. General. Primary position. Make him a closing pitcher, so that way he doesn't immediately start the game. Maybe that fix things. If you have any suggestions, if you're watching this and you have a suggestion on how to fix this, let me know. Genuinely, I'm at a total loss at the moment. I really am. I've got genuinely no idea how to even potentially do this. The only other thing, from this point, if this doesn't work, the only other thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to totally take Shohei off the roster for this game. He'll deal with what's his name being the Pete Alonso being the designated hitter. He'll have to deal with that. I cannot mess with this because genuinely, not one of the solutions I've actually come up with here has been one that can actually be used. This is now the third time I'm going to do this. I don't want 11 a.m. That all looks correct anyway. So apparently Spencer Schwellenbach is the designated hitter. I don't understand a thing. I really don't. That don't make no sense to me. Okay, well, we're here in Atlanta once again. Let's skip all the cutscenes because we know what's going to happen here. Okay, so Zach Wheeler is now the pitcher. Fantastic. Now the problem is that Spencer Schwellenbach's at DH, and that shouldn't be a thing. So what we're going to do, skip the scene here. Manager, substitutions, Spencer Schwellenbach, Pete Alonso. Fantastic. So Pete Alonso should now be the designated hitter for the Atlanta Braves. Okay. Now we can go back to simming this. Now we can do this for real. Zach Wheeler on the mound. Let the game begin. Ha-Sung Kim is our first batter here. Batting .222 on the season so far. Sweeper. Finds the zone for strike one. Zach Wheeler last season nearly had himself a Cy Young campaign. Actually, I believe he did. Is that one into the glove of the third baseman? What a catch there. Here's the rest of the order for the San Diego Padres. Batting next will be Luis Robert. Gunnar Henderson batting third. It'll be Nathaniel Lowe at the cleanup spot. Sean Murphy, the catcher. Royce Lewis batting sixth. Jackson Churio batting seventh. And I forgot the rest of the order because I wasn't paying attention. Wyatt Langford batting eighth at the left field. Nolan Arenado batting the designated hitter spot. Luis Robert, currently 1 for 6 on the season. Does have a stolen base to his credit. One and two. On foul.
That's a ball.
2-2 the count now. That one swung on and foul. Bottom of the zone sinker, swung on, foul behind. 2-2 is going to be the count here for Luis Robert. Robert. Apparently Robert is the correct way to pronounce that. I don't know, I guess. Hit to the ground right side, into the glove of the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt. Taking the bag easily. Well, is that Paul Goldschmidt at first? Who is that? That should be. I didn't change anything else. I didn't know Paul Goldschmidt was wearing number 48. That doesn't honestly seem right, but it does look like Paul Goldschmidt, so we'll rock with it and call that correct until it isn't. So 2 up, 2 down so far for the Padres. This is where things got interesting in the last game. Because it was Gunnar Henderson did a lot of the heavy lifting for the Padres in the last game. Batting .285 on the season, 3 RBI on a home run. And one of his 2 hits. Low sinker for ball 2. Sinker finds his own 2-1.
2-1.
That one hit in the air, tracking towards the warning track out and left. The catch is going to be made easily, however, by Fernando Tatis. 3 up, 3 down to start the game here for Zach Wheeler. It's been a great outing for him so far. Due up, however, for the Braves, Fernando Tatis Jr., Marcus Semien, and Aaron Judge. On the mound for San Diego Padres will be Max Fried. And Max Fried, I believe, had himself a solid outing in Game 2 against the Milwaukee Brewers. If I'm to be corrected about that, I think all right. Anyway. So far this season, let's just take some stock. Currently, a look at the standings. Padres, the only undefeated team in the league so far to have played at least 3 games. Detroit obviously having the bye week this time round, so they're 2-0. That over in the American League. 3-0 for the Padres this season. 100%. Can they remain undefeated after today? I will say the 2 games against the Milwaukee Brewers in Series 1 were very close. Weren't exactly the most comfortable wins for the Padres, but they are still red hot entering tonight's game. Let's see if that can continue here. Strike 3 swung on and missed for Fernando Tatis, and that'll go down as the first out of the game. Popped up into the air. That one should be relatively easy. And it is. So Semien flies out on only just 1 offering. Rest of the order here for the Braves. Aaron Judge coming up next in right field. Pete Alonso, the designated hitter, also National League MVP last season. Austin Riley 5th. Ozzie Albies 6th. 7th will be Paul Goldschmidt. 8th will be Yainer Diaz. And then batting 9th will be the center fielder Evan Carter. Aaron Judge 1 for 5 to begin the season, has an RBI double to his credit on his only hit so far. 2 up, 2 down easily here to start for the Padres. Let's see if Fried can continue that against Judge. It's going to be a sinker on the inside of the plate there. Does go as a strike according to the home plate umpire. 1-1 the count. That one foul. And the 1-2. Fastball, a little bit inside for my liking. However, according to the home plate umpire, that does go down to strike 3. 3 up, 3 down for Max Fried and the Padres on the defensive side of the ball. And after 1, it's scoreless. Stepping up now will be Nathaniel Lowe. Batting .250 on the season. RBI double as well as a single to his name. And the fastball finds the zone for strike 1. And that one foul. Outside curveball, 1-2. And the fastball high and away. That one thundered off the bat, but fouled over towards the visitors' bullpen. Dugout. 2-2 the count, as Lowe keeps the at-bat alive. Inside swinging sweeper. Nathaniel Lowe will go down on strikes. And over now to Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy was actually kind of a staple in the side last season for Atlanta. Didn't have much success at the plate. And they chase a fastball high. Larry Bullard has gone from Toronto all the way down to Atlanta. Or sorry, from Seattle to Atlanta within minutes. How has he done that? Well, if we know anything about Larry Bullard, he's going to call the low ones probably strikes usually.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's what we saw in Game 1, Seattle versus Toronto. He really did enjoy those lower pitches. A lot of the time, you know, as long as it was within a ball width of the bottom edge, that was going down as a strike. Swung on and missed for strike 3 for Sean Murphy. So he'll begin the season 0 for 7. Now over to Royce Lewis. Royce Lewis doing okay for himself, batting .285 to start with an RBI to his name. Fastball on the bottom edge for strike 1. Oh, it looks as if Moon Car is happening again. It's one of my goals to actually get a PC and get iRacing. The PCs are ridiculously expensive, man. Sweeper low and away, swung on and missed for Royce Lewis. It's 0-2. There's no way you could convince me that a computer is worth putting, like, over $1,750 into. There's just no way. People do that as well. I don't believe it, genuinely. I all believe that PCs are better than consoles, as Lewis is going to chase a high fastball there for the third out. Still scoreless after 1. Stepping up now will be Pete Alonso, National League MVP last season. Led the league in RBI and in home runs. Won the home run derby. A little surprised that he's actually been left out of the lineup on purpose this season. Paul Goldschmidt, the first baseman. Shohei Ohtani, the designated hitter. In most games. Fastball outside, 2-0 the count. Alonso looking for his first hit of the season. Had 2 at-bats in the game. Game 2 of Series 1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
In which he neither time did he get on base. And a high fastball, 3-1 from Fried. Austin Riley, the next batter due up. That one hit. Does it get down? No, it's going to be just a few feet shy of being fair. Count is full for Pete Alonso. Inside fastball, and Alonso will make his way down to first. That'll be the first walk of the game allowed for Max Fried. I believe the first base runner as well allowed. Austin Riley stepping up now. Riley 1 for 7 to begin the campaign. That one fouled behind. Fastball high and away. Another outside changeup. Fried trying to pitch around here, it seems, but I tell you what, none of them are biting for it at the moment. 2-1, that one hammered but foul. That one popped foul. Inside fastball, count moves to full for the second consecutive at-bat. Ozzie Albies on deck, had a couple of good big-time moments last season as the designated hitter for St. Louis Cardinals. Now the Seattle Mariners. 3-2, that one. Swung on and fouled. Of course, again, that one I think Larry Bullard would have rung him up for had he taken that pitch. 3-2. Hit up the left side, gloved, thrown to second, over to first, double play ball. Fantastic stuff. Nothing like a good old-fashioned 6-4-3 double play. 2 outs now. Ozzie Albies stepping up, and that is a big opportunity missed there for the Atlanta Braves. Albies is going to hit that one. It'll go foul. Albie's looking for his first hit of the season. 0 for 5 to begin the campaign. Outside changeup 1-1.
1-1.
Middle fastball hit in the air to very shallow right field, gloved by Robert. And that does retire the side. Okay, so a couple of base runners there for the Braves in that inning. Still scoreless. Top of the third on the way. Jackson Chourio stepping up now. Chourio 1 for 5 to begin this season with a double as his only hit. Compared to game 1, this one not exactly slow moving. I don't want to say that. However, as far as the bats are concerned, 30th offering of the game from Wheeler. That's a high and tight cutter, nearly getting the shoulder of Chourio on the way past. So the count 1-1. That one smacked out to center, but it's going to be caught on a line by Evan Carter out in center. That one was well hit there from Chourio. Unfortunately, couldn't find the grass. And now up comes Wyatt Langford. 0 for 4 to start the season, looking for his first hit. Following Langford will be the designated hitter Nolan Arenado. He's 1 for 5. Middle pitch there. Taken for strike 1. That one hit pretty well. That'll be the first hit of the ball game and the first hit of the season for Langford. Good base hit. And now it's over to Arenado. Runner now on first with 1 out. First base runner of the game for either side. Actually, that's not true. First hit of the game for either side. That part is true. That one, that doesn't look like it's going to get down. No, it won't. Gloved easily by Tatis. Merrill does not take off for second, but that brings up the top of the order with Ha-Sung Kim. 2 for 10 to begin the campaign, although does have 2 RBI on the season, so it is possible that he can hit one here. Lined out in the first inning. Of course, that was hit on down to third and gloved fantastically by Austin Riley. Sinker outside. That one hit up to second. Thrown to first, and that will retire the side. Into the bottom of the third now. Paul Goldschmidt, Yainer Diaz, Evan Carter. Paul Goldschmidt was a very much a staple for the Cardinals last season. Wasn't picked up for season 2. Currently batting .500, 3 for 6 to begin the season. Got a double to his name as well. 2-0 the count. That one's going to go low. As Fried looking a little bit vulnerable here. Of course, only his 28th pitch of the ball game on the way. That one thundered off the bat, gloved by Henderson, thrown to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Yainer Diaz stepping up now. Diaz 0 for 6 to begin the season. First offering fastball on the outside edge, 0 for 1. Or 0-1, either way.
No, that's high.
Fastball just high. Low middle changeup there. Diaz holds. Count moves to 1-2. Outside. Count even at 2-2. Remember, Evan Carter, center fielder, next due up here for the Braves. Carter 1 for 5 on the season. Inside sweeper. Count moves to full. That one popped into the air. Should be easily caught by Fried as he's going to stand under it. Only about 5 feet in front of the mound, and that'll be the second out.
The center fielder, Evan.
0 for 7 to start the season for Diaz. Over now to Evan Carter. See what he can do here. Oh, that one's going to back him off the plate. That's 1-0. That one hit on the ground foul left side. If that one was to stay fair, I think potentially probably could have been gobbled up there by Royce Lewis. Fastball low. 2-1 now the count. Fuller didn't like that one apparently. I'm sure either pitcher from Seattle probably would have appreciated that. That one's definitely low. 3-1 the count. Fernando Tatis due up next. He's 0 for 1 today. Tatis looking for his third hit of the season. Oh, and the fastball on the inside edge. Count moves to full.
Okay.
This is a made-up statistic, but it feels like I think 4 out of the last 6 or 7 at-bats have gone to full count here for Max Fried. That one foul. I say made up. It feels like that. That one is going to be popped out to very shallow center. Robert's going to get under that one. That will be the third out. So Atlanta still have yet to find their first hit of the game. Luis Robert, Gunnar Henderson, and Nathaniel Lowe. First 3 due up here for the Padres to begin the 4th. Robert is 0 for 1 today. See, I thought Robert was the correct pronunciation. And for game 1 of this series, we actually had Boog Shambi on the call. And he said Robert, so I'm going to assume he's doing his job correctly. Iglesias in the bullpen warming up here for Atlanta. Although with the game so far that Wheeler has pitched, I'm not sure that they're going to need him quite yet. That one's going to be foul. Robert looking for his second hit of the season. He's 0 for 1 today. It's going to be outside. No foul. 1-2 the count is only the 41st offering of the game from Wheeler. He's had a heck of a day up there. Outside sweeper, count moves even 2-2. Inside, 3-2 the count. And strike 3 as Robert will go down looking at that one. Gunnar Henderson stepping up now for the Padres, and if there's anyone to open the scoring, I think Henderson's got to be one of those candidates to do so. First offering from Wheeler.
0-1.
Sweeper, bottom edge, goes for strike 1. And it's inside. That one smacked, but foul. Henderson nearly with a bid to get the open the scoring here. And the high fastball, 2-2. I think whichever pitcher lets up the run here first is going to be the one that gets taken off in the 5th.
3 balls.
Yeah, inside, 3-2 the count. Nathaniel Lowe on deck. I don't think Wheeler is necessarily in trouble of getting taken off the mound here. He's only about to throw his 50th pitch of the game. Max Fried, I still think probably should be taken off first. That was going to be fouled off the inside. Even then, Fried is not that high in the pitch count. I would say both starters probably good to go until the beginning of extras, if it does happen. Hit on the ground right side. Gloved by the second baseman of Ozzie Albies there, thrown to first, and that is the out. Nathaniel Lowe stepping up now. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. 2 for 9 to start the season. Oh, and the curveball, kind of middle there. I know it's an off-speed pitch. You got to consider swinging at those, though. Even if it means fouling one off. It's going to go down as a strike anyway if you don't swing at it. And the sinker gets Lowe to bite early. 0-2. Inside. That one hit pretty well, tracking towards the wall out in right. That one bounces, and Nathaniel Lowe is going to have himself a double. Wow, what a time to get a runner in scoring position there. That's his second extra base hit of the season. And now brings up Sean Murphy. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Sean Murphy looking for his first hit of the season, 0 for 7 to begin the campaign. So, for what it's worth here for the Padres, this is not the guy I would want stepping up to the box here. I could be wrong. Hey, I like being wrong. I learned more from being wrong, and I hope I'm wrong about this.
No, that's
Fastball in the inside corner, not called a strike according to Larry Bullard. 2-0 the count. Of course, following Murphy is Royce Lewis. He's got an RBI to his credit this season, batting .250. That could be someone you want in this scenario. Just a good base hit to score the run. 2-1 the count to Murphy as the previous pitch fouled behind. Sinker low. 3-1 the count now. Tell you what, I'm not entirely enjoying this here from Wheeler. This is getting slightly sketchy. Started this inning on 38 pitches. He's now 58 pitches. This was his 59th. That one hit up the middle. That does get through for a base hit. And the first hit of the season for Sean Murphy looks as if it's going to score a run. Yes, it does.
He beat it.
Wow. What a hit from Sean Murphy to be able to score the run. I don't believe he took off for second. No, he did not. But it is an RBI for Sean Murphy. Royce Lewis stepping up now. And it's a 1-0 ball game as the Padres take the advantage. Padres looking to remain undefeated after 4 games. What a story that would be. One of the more unlikely candidates to start the season as good as they are. I would say, of course, a lot of question marks surrounding a team coming into the league and playing the first couple of games, but I tell you what, I think after today, there's got to be no doubt San Diego means business. That one's going to get through for a base hit. I doubt Riley's going to be able to score from first. That one quickly gobbled up there by Judge and Wright, but that's a base hit for Royce Lewis. That'll move him 3 for 9 on the season. Wow, and now over to Jackson Chourio. Just a look ahead to Series 3. Series 3 features the San Diego Padres taking on the Miami Marlins. Atlanta's going to take a visit to Milwaukee. Their second homestand of the season, albeit their first at the, what's the name of the field? It's not American something Mortgage Park. I don't know. Milwaukee actually hosting the Marlins tomorrow night game of the week back in the Field of Dreams. After that one went to extras. 1-1 the count. Oh, and that one is smacked up the middle. Jackson Churio could easily have an RBI here. That one actually thrown in plenty of time to tag. It's not going to be made. Jackson Churio. RBI single. And the Padres will go up 2-0. Oh, and yes, it is missed there by the catcher, Yainer Diaz. I just want to get a quick look, if we can, at how close that was. And this looks like it's going to be the end of the day for Wheeler. Jason Adam is going to come up here for the Braves. Let's just get a quick look at the replay, just to see the base runner. Rounding third, headed for home. Throw to Diaz well offline. Oh, has he missed him? He has. Wow. Diaz could not extend the glove in time. Murphy dives. And that there, my friends, is what we call safe at home. So Jackson Churio gets himself an RBI. The Padres ride a huge wave of momentum here in the fourth. And this is a 2-0 ball game. Wyatt Langford, the batter.
1-0.
Runners on first and second. 2 outs.
No,
Langford 1 for 1 today.
2-0.
I believe that actually will go as his first hit of the season. Yes, it does. 2-0 the count. Middle slider. Langford holds, 2-1. Looking immediately as if Atlanta is going to drop both games at home here. First throwback week at Old Atlanta, not at Truist Park today. As that one could get down. No, it will not. Caught on a line by Tatis. Unfortunately for Langford, I thought that one was definitely going to have a chance at dropping, and it didn't. So, Padres with a huge swing of momentum in the fourth inning. 2-0 heading into the bottom half. Max Fried does remain on the mound. Fernando Tatis stepping in. Tatis with a home run and an RBI on the season. What can he do here? Fried only throwing his 43rd pitch of the game just now. That one popped into the air. And that will be caught by Nathaniel Lowe.
The batter, number 2, shortstop,
Marcus Semien stepping in now. Semien batting .250 on the season. A home run in his own right. I believe it's actually first home run of the season in the league. Hit by Marcus Semien. I could be wrong about that. 1-0 the count. And the high fastball, 2-0. And 3-0 now as Fried throws 3 of them off the plate. Aaron Judge getting ready to step up to the dish here. 3-0 count to Semien. And he'll hold on that one as well. Changeup finds the zone for strike 1. That one foul. And Fried's done something interesting there, you know, not expecting the batter to swing at the 0-3 pitch, or sorry, at the 3-0 pitch. Got Semien to look, swung on the second one. Will hold on that one. And so Semien will take a walk to first. Aaron Judge stepping up. He's 0 for 1 on the season. Sorry, 0 for 1 today. 1 for 6 on the season to start. Runner on first. Just still the 1 out. Fried throwing his 51st pitch of the game. That one smacked, but foul. Oh, that one hit well. That one's tracking towards the corner. Yes, it is. Aaron Judge is going to have an RBI here, surely. No throw home. Oh, and are you serious? The run held on third? Oh, that's a travesty there. That should have absolutely been an RBI for Aaron Judge. Christian Cairo is going to be the pinch runner. I do not know who he's taking over for. Christian Cairo standing at second, so Cairo has now been substituted in for Judge. Cairo, for what it's worth, is 1 for 2 on the season. So let's not forget that.
1-0.
Off the plate, 1-0 to Pete Alonso. Cannot believe that run did not score on that double. That is, especially considering Marcus Semien, he's got 74 speed. Why was he held? Things might be starting to slip away here from Max Fried. Look into the bullpen. It's Suarez warming up here for the Padres. This is a 2-0 count to Pete Alonso. Of course, I wouldn't want to throw over the plate to Pete Alonso either. Although a low middle changeup that time does get the swing. 2-1. Oh, it's going to hit him. But he went around. It's 2-2 the count. Fried got a bit lucky there, I'll admit. Sinker outside. Austin Riley getting ready to step up. Only has 1 hit on the season, albeit it was an RBI double. Full count to Pete Alonso. Swung on and missed. The low changeup is going to fool the polar bear. Wow. Once again, feels like Atlanta could be letting up on a golden opportunity here to at least get themselves back within striking distance of this ball game. Semien was held on third, despite the double from Judge. Ugh. I do not like that call from the third base coach. Here's Austin Riley. He's 1 for 8 on the season. As I said, RBI double. He's 0 for 1 today. Base hit brings in a run. Potentially even 2. Judge is pretty quick. You wouldn't believe it. A man of that size. Actually, that's Christian Cairo. I apologize. Christian Cairo is actually the pinch runner on second for the Braves. Let's just have a look at his speed rating for what it's worth. 79. Okay, so pretty fair. Yeah, I'll tell you what, base hit could very well bring in the tying run here. 1-2 as that one's outside. A low changeup, count is even 2-2. On a high fastball now, 3-2 the count. Ozzie Albies on deck. Fried throwing his 64th offering of the game here. I think a walk would be a lesser of the two evils. But no, it's going to be a strikeout as Riley takes the pitch on the outside edge. And somehow, some way, Atlanta finds a way to strand 2 base runners. And this one remains a 2-0 ball game after 4. So Adolis Garcia takes over in right field after having Christian Cairo be the pinch runner for Judge. Nolan Arenado stepping up now. He's 0 for 1 today. Jason Adam remains on the mound for the Braves. His first offering, middle fastball fouled behind for strike 1. Wow, what a sweeper there from Adams. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Tell you what, the Braves got to escape this inning here unscathed. They cannot allow another run. 0-2, low sweeper, 1-2. The next 3 due up for the Braves, Ozzie Albies, Yainer Diaz, and Evan Carter. 2 of those players have actually yet to record a hit on the season. And for what it's worth, Evan Carter's only 1 for 6. So you got to think here. Padres in a very good spot, we'll say that. Could be an even better one. Except they won't, because Arenado will swing at that one for some reason. And that'll be the first out. Now back to the top of the order. Ha-Sung Kim stepping in. He's 0 for 2 today. Batting 181 on the season, 2 for 11 to this point, although has 2 RBI. Not much of a power hitter, Kim. I believe he's actually got the most registered at-bats of any player this season, aside from that of Jose Altuve for the Mariners with 11. I don't believe he's drawn 1 walk to this point.
1-1.
Outside sweeper, 1-1. That one foul. Inside edge fastball. Kind of off the handle. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And Ha-Sung Kim will go 0 for 3 today. That'll bring his average down to a 166. Now up to bat comes Luis Robert. 0 for 2 today. 1 for 8 to begin the season. That one is smacked pretty well, heading out towards left, but not well enough. Fernando Tatis under it, and that'll be the third out. So, couple of unlikely power hitters for the Braves. Ozzie Albies, Paul Goldschmidt, and Yainer Diaz next due up. Goldschmidt's got some pop in that bat, let's be real. Albies is good for a base hit, although has yet to find one this season. Yainer Diaz as well, 0 for 7 to begin the campaign. This is still a tough 3 here for the Braves. Max Fried does remain on the mound. Inside and low fastball goes for ball 1. And a high sinker. It was a sinker. I don't recall the Titanic ever taking off. 2-0 the count. That time the sinker goes a little bit lower. 2-1. Inside changeup there. Lucky to keep the at-bat alive. And it's 2-2. That one hit pretty well. Does it get down? Yes, it does. Ozzie Albies has his first hit of the season in the bottom of the 5th. What a time to get your first hit. Now over to Paul Goldschmidt. Definitely a power hitter here. If he's able to get bat to ball here. Checks over to first. Albies is barely back in time. Goldschmidt 3 for 7 to start this season with a double to his name as well. Curveball on the inside corner does not go with strike 1, although it should have been. Goldschmidt's 0 for 1 today with a ground out. Oh, that one foul. Relatively late there on the fastball, high and away. Count moves 1-1. And it's an inside changeup. Now that one called as strike 2. Essentially a bit of a makeup call there. That was definitely less of a strike than the other one. Outside fastball swinging. Thrown to second. 6-4-3. Double play. Yeesh. Just when you thought Atlanta was going to kind of have a way back in this game with the base hit from Ozzie Albies. Suddenly, it's now got to be down to the 0 for 7 Yainer Diaz. Not ideal. High fastball for ball 1. Tell you what, Fried has done a good job today. Let's not get that twisted. He has looked vulnerable, though. I think Atlanta definitely missed a big opportunity with 2 runners aboard in the 4th. Missed opportunity there with the double play. 1-1 the count. That one foul. And the Braves down to their last strike. Big moment here for Fried. The San Diego Padres, will it be the perfect start? 4-0? Not quite yet. Curveball low, 2-2. That one hit in the air. Oh, that's pretty well. That does get down, potentially even extras. Yainer Diaz has his first hit of the season, and he's going to make it into second standing up. Now that we didn't expect. First hit of the season for Yainer Diaz is an extra base hit. Pinch hitting now. Marcell Ozuna from the Braves. That's a bit risky, although, in fairness, probably would have been better than Evan Carter, as that one immediately is going to be foul. Marcell Ozuna 0 for 1 in the season. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs. First offering fouled for strike 1. I like this call, though, to have him be the pinch hitter. Fastball off the plate, 1-1. Following Ozuna will be the top of the order with Fernando Tatis. Fastball judged outside by Larry Bullard, and the count's 2-1. Inside sweeper somehow. Ozuna didn't go around. I'm not convinced. We got to take another look at that one. That one certainly looked as if. We'll take a look from the umpire's perspective here. I'm sorry to delay the proceedings. That one definitely looked as if he had went around. Ugh. That is, I think, definitely a missed call there. 3-1 the count to Marcell Ozuna. Check swing, points to first. Oh! Okay. All right. Talk about a makeup call. Now, we had just looked at the first... we had just looked at the first one. Okay, so remember the first one was, well, I thought, past the plane. Talk about a makeup call there from the first base umpire. Count moves to full. Oh, man. Inside curveball, ball 4. Ozuna goes to first. Fernando Tatis has the opportunity to complete a comeback here for Atlanta. Runners on first and second. Fried's 85th offering of the game. And it's a high fastball for ball 1. Tatis already has a homer this season. Currently batting .222. That one smacked, although foul. 1-1 the count. Following Tatis, by the way, is Semien, also homered this season. Low sinker, 2-1. That one foul. Atlanta again for the third time this inning, down to their last strike. Inside, high and tight fastball. Fried gets the job done. And the Atlanta Braves, for the second consecutive inning, waste a golden opportunity again. 3 base runners in this 5th inning they could not bring home. This one finishes 2-0. Zach Wheeler the loss, Fried the win, and the Padres 4-0 to begin the campaign. What a heartbreaking end to that one for the Atlanta Braves, a game they probably should have won. At least there towards the end. They had more base runners today. They did almost everything correctly in the back half of this one, but could not bring the runners home. 2-0 ball game. Padres outright top of the National League.